In June 2026, the United States government did something unprecedented. It reached into a private company and pulled one of the most powerful AI systems on Earth off the global market overnight.
Not a chip, not a weapon, a piece of software, gone worldwide in hours.
The goal was to protect American national security and slow down its rivals. But within days, something unexpected happened. Chinese AI companies exploded. Record funding, surging demand. The exact opposite of the plan.
So was this a smart defensive move to protect national security, or a self-inflicted wound that handed the future to America's biggest competitor?
Today, we argue both sides with the real facts, and at the end, the AI verdict, plus your vote. Defense or self-sabotage?
Let's break it down.
First, the timeline, just the facts, so both sides start from the same place.
June 9, 2026, the AI company Anthropic publicly launches its most advanced models yet, Fable 5, and a more powerful variant called Mythos 5, some of the most capable AI systems ever released.
The order. 3 days later, June 12th, the U.S. Commerce Department sends a letter. The order: block all foreign nationals from accessing these models, anywhere in the world, including the company's own foreign employees.
Because the company couldn't verify everyone's nationality in real time, it had one option to comply: shut the models down for everyone, globally. So it did, overnight.
The stated reason? National security. Officials worried the models were so capable in cybersecurity that they could accelerate sophisticated cyber attacks against banks, infrastructure, older interconnected systems.
The specific trigger, according to reporting, security researchers found a jailbreak, a way to bypass the model's safety guardrails and make it generate code showing how to exploit software vulnerabilities.
Then, on June 30th, after 2 weeks of negotiation, the government lifted the controls. Fable 5 returned globally on July 1st. The more powerful Mythos 5 came back only for approved U.S. organizations.
But in those 2 weeks, a lot happened, and that's where the debate really begins.
Let's argue the defense case that this was a smart, necessary move as hard as we can.
Argument 1. The security risk was real. Researchers demonstrated the model could be jailbroken into producing working exploit code. Experts cited by Reuters warned that models at this level could accelerate cyber attacks on critical systems like banking. That's not hypothetical, it was demonstrated.
Argument 2. There were signs adversaries were already circling. Reporting indicated the order was prompted partly by suspicions that a China-linked group had access to the newest model. Earlier in 2026, the White House accused foreign entities of industrial-scale campaigns to copy US AI systems.
Argument 3. You can't unleak a weapon. If a model that can write cyber exploits spreads to hostile actors, you can't recall it. The government's logic: better to pause and verify safeguards than to let a potential cyber weapon circulate freely.
Argument 4. It forced real safeguards. After the standoff, the company agreed to proactively detect security risks, work with the government on standards, and report malicious activity. The model came back safer. Supporters say that's the system working.
Argument 5. National security isn't a game of short-term stock prices. Even if competitors got a temporary boost, defenders argued that preventing a catastrophic cyber attack is worth a 2-week market disruption. The downside of being wrong is asymmetric.
So the defense case: a real, demonstrated security risk, signs of adversary interest, an irreversible threat if leaked, and a result that made the model safer. Caution was justified. Now, the self-sabotage case, just as hard.
Argument 1. It energized the exact competitors it aimed to slow. Within days, Chinese lab ZAI's shares jumped over 30% after a new open-source release. DeepSeek closed a record funding round of about $7.4 billion. Several Chinese labs cut their prices sharply. The controls didn't slow China, they lit a fire under it.
Argument 2. Demand shifted overnight. Reporting showed demand for Chinese models actually overtook US models on some access platforms during the shutdown. Customers who couldn't use the American models simply switched, and some won't switch back.
Argument 3. Software isn't a chip. This is the deep one. You can't control chips because they're physical, hard to copy, easy to track. AI models, especially open-weight ones, are neither. Once capability exists, banning one company's access just pushes users to alternatives. The tool doesn't fit the target.
Argument 4. It hurt allies too.
Reporting from the G7 suggested US officials had to float a trusted partner's carve-out so friendly nations could regain access, an admission that a blanket ban punished allies alongside adversaries.
Argument 5. The mixed messaging undercut it. Even as it restricted an American company, the U.S. held off formally blacklisting DeepSeek itself, despite a review flagging it as a risk. Critics ask, how is it coherent to handcuff your own champion while leaving the rival untouched?
So, the self-sabotage case. It boosted Chinese competitors, shifted demand away from US models, used a tool that doesn't work on software, hurt allies, and sent mixed signals. Good intentions, backfired execution.
At the heart of this is one technical fight. How serious was the jailbreak really?
The government side, laid out by a White House AI advisor, a trusted partner testing the model found a jailbreak that bypassed its safety guardrails. The administration says it asked the company to fix it or pull the model, and says the company initially refused.
The company's side, it disputed how severe the jailbreak actually was and criticized the government's process as opaque, saying it wasn't given a specific technical reason beyond broad national security language.
So even the central fact, was this a 5-alarm fire or a manageable bug, is contested, and the public may never see the classified details either way.
This is why reasonable people land on opposite sides. If the jailbreak was catastrophic, the government looks prudent. If it was overblown, the whole disruption looks like an unforced error. Let's zoom out, because this is bigger than one company or one model.
For years, America's strategy to stay ahead of China was export controls on advanced chips, and that worked reasonably well because chips are physical, hard to make, hard to copy, easy to trace.
But AI models are software, especially open-weight models, which anyone can download and run. You can't put that genie back. Trying to control software the way you control hardware may simply not work.
That's the real lesson here. The question isn't just, was this one order right or wrong? It's whether capability controls on AI are even possible in a world where the alternative is one download away.
And this matters to you, even if you never touch these models, because whoever leads AI shapes the economy, cybersecurity, and military power of the next decade. This isn't a tech story, it's a power story. Beyond the debate, this episode exposed 3 uncomfortable truths.
1. The U.S. government now sees frontier AI as a national security asset it's willing to control directly, even inside private companies. That's a huge shift from the hands-off approach of a year ago.
2. Nobody's fully sure of the rules. Industry leaders reportedly said they were in the dark about who's making these decisions or what triggers them. Uncertainty itself becomes a cost.
3. The AI race is now genuinely global and genuinely commercial. When you restrict one player, the market doesn't freeze, it routes around the block, often toward your competitor.
The core tension of 2026 in one sentence. National security wants control, but the AI market is global, and software doesn't obey borders.
All right, AI verdict, defense or self-sabotage?
Here's the honest read. Defense points in its favor. A real demonstrated jailbreak and exploit code risk. Signs of adversary interest in the model. An irreversible threat if a cyber-capable model leaked. Ended with stronger safeguards in place. Self-sabotage points against. Chinese competitors surged. DeepSeek 7.4 billion, Z.AI plus 30%. Demand shifted to Chinese models during the shutdown. Export controls don't fit software the way they fit chips. Hurt allies, mixed signals, didn't blacklist the rival.
AI verdict, right instinct, wrong tool. The security concern was legitimate. You can't dismiss a demonstrated cyber exploit risk, but a blanket overnight export ban on software is a hardware-era tool applied to a software-era problem. It addressed a real fear in a way that predictably backfired in the short term.
The most accurate read isn't genius or disaster. It's a legitimate worry handled with a blunt instrument that revealed America still doesn't have a working playbook for controlling AI.
AI probability read. The US tries similar AI export controls again within a year, 70%. Capability controls meaningfully slow China's AI progress, 30%.
Trusted partners carve-outs become the standard model, 60%. The government requires approval for future frontier releases, 55%. This accelerates, not slows, global AI competition, 65%.
So the most likely future, more controls are coming, but they probably won't work as intended, and the AI race speeds up regardless.
A real danger, a blunt response, and a lesson Washington is still learning, that you can't ban software the way you ban a missile.
So there it is. The US pulled the world's most powerful AI off the market to protect national security and watched its rivals surge in the 2 weeks it was gone.
A legitimate fear met with a tool built for a different era. Both the danger and the backfire were real.
So here's your call. After hearing both sides, was this smart defense of national security or a self-sabotage that handed China the lead? And be specific about what convinced you.
Comment defense or self-sabotage and tell us why. Best argument from both sides get pinned.
And subscribe. We do these fact-checked, both sides AI verdicts on the biggest tech and power stories. No spin, just the facts.
Next video, we break down whether AI export controls can ever work on software, because that question decides the entire US-China race.
The first time a government pulled a frontier AI off the global market. It won't be the last. The question is whether it ever actually works.
Drop your verdict, stay sharp.
See you in the next one.